And we want to welcome everyone here. We still have people filing in. Everyone will go into their district booths when they get here. But I wanted to take a few minutes to give a little bit of an overview about why we're here, what we're trying to accomplish today at today's meeting, what it means in terms of the overall process. And to do that, I'd like to go back to the beginning on August the 30th of last year, the day after Katrina. And at that point, a train started moving, and it was a train of recovery. The train left the station, and the mayor stepped up to the plate and created the Bringing New Orleans Back Commission. And the Bringing New Orleans Back Commission was the first phase of recovery planning for the city of New Orleans moving forward. Following the Bringing New Orleans Back Commission's report, neighborhoods started to get together in what we call phase 2 of the New Orleans recovery and rebuilding planning process. And a number of neighborhoods started to bring together various professional expertise. A lot of universities got involved in the process of helping neighborhoods help themselves. It's kind of the core moving forward of this planning process. Because shortly after that, the city council noticed and acknowledged and respected the work that the neighborhoods were doing, and they stepped up to the plate, and they put their own money up, and they hired some technical expertise to support some of the planning work that was taking place in 49 of the most devastated neighborhoods. And now, does this work? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. I think that we need to stop for a minute, and we need to thank all of those people, all of those elected officials, all of those individuals. It's actually including everybody in this room who have, in their own way, stepped up to the plate to keep this process going. I have to tell you that I've been working very closely with some of the world leaders on disaster recovery, and we're not far behind. I mean, the thing they keep telling me is there's never been a disaster like this before, so there's nothing to compare it to. Even Kobe earthquake wasn't as significant or disastrous as this one is. So we have to keep that in mind, that we're all moving against a tremendous, tremendous challenge. About 3 weeks ago, the process started to move on a downhill grade. The mayor and the city council and the Greater New Orleans Foundation came together on July the 5th and made a public announcement that they were joining forces to move forward with a unified planning process so that all of the work that had been done previously would all be pulled together into one unified planning process moving forward with the goal to develop a citywide plan that could be submitted to the Louisiana Recovery Authority for funding. What that plan requires is that all of the neighborhood plans, all the neighborhood planning comes together into 13 district plans, because the New Orleans Master Plan is organized in 13 planning districts. And that's why we've asked you to come together today and sit with all of your neighbors who also live in your planning district. And many of you have already been planning within neighborhoods within your planning district. So today, we're going to focus on trying to have a conversation and in each one of your planning districts so that you can decide how you want to move forward in your district with the criteria for planning. Some districts have already decided to join together. District 12 in District 13 in Algiers is now operating as one district. District 10 and District 11 in New Orleans East is also operating as a single district. The other districts, there are other districts that have come together and coalesced neighborhoods together and have decided that they want to plan as a whole district, but still have breakout sessions in their planning meetings for each neighborhood, but not to have individual neighborhood planning meetings. Other neighborhoods may decide to go forward with individual neighborhood planning meetings that coalesce into a district-wide plan in November. And November is the time frame when we want all the district-wide plans, all the neighborhood plans to be coming together into one district, into 13 district-wide plans. And then in December, we'll pull all those 13 district-wide plans together into one citywide plan. And that will be the plan that gets then submitted to the City Planning Commission for its approval and its approval process. And following that, that same plan will go to the City Council for its approval through its public hearing and approval process. Those 13 planning districts align with the New Orleans Master Plan. We know that a number of different neighborhoods have already begun their planning process. We were talking earlier on about how the process started with the Bringing New Orleans Back Commission as the first phase of planning, followed by neighborhoods coming together and doing planning on their own, initiating their own planning processes, supported then by the City Council's planning process in 49 of the most devastated neighborhoods. So now what we have is we have a number of neighborhood planning processes that are already underway, and our goal is to start to begin some new neighborhood planning processes that haven't started yet, and to complete neighborhood planning processes that are underway. But we need to start now to understand that those neighborhood processes, planning processes, need to come together into 13 district plans. That's the reason why we've arranged the room in 13 districts, so that all the neighborhoods that fit into those districts can now have a conversation together. This is the first time that all planning districts in New Orleans have been together in one room. And we wanted to thank Bob Becker for allowing us to use this room for that purpose. Our beautiful city park. We love it. City Park is a good example of how our city is coming back. It looks as lovely as it ever did. So today, we're going to have a workshop. This is not going to be a presentation. This is not going to be a PowerPoint presentation. This is going to be rolling up your sleeves and working in your district areas. And the goal that we're going to come to today is we want you to talk about how you want to plan. Some districts have already decided that they want to bring all the neighborhoods in their district together and do one district-wide plan. Other neighborhoods have already done plans that aren't necessarily connected at the district-wide level yet. So we want to use this meeting as an opportunity for people to get together in your districts and decide how do you want to develop your district-wide plan. Do you want to develop it as a series of individual neighborhood meetings, and that those neighborhood meetings come together in November, which is our time frame for getting the 13 district plans together? Do you want those neighborhood plans to come together into one district plan? Or would you rather meet as a district and have, for example, a room like this with all the neighborhoods meeting individually and independently in the same meeting? So we don't want to make that determination. We want you to make that determination. And then after the meeting, we will come together and we will talk about the next steps, about how you will be able to access some technical support to help you through that process. So without any further conversation, I want to introduce to you Gene Watts, who is with an organization there are a number of facilitators at each one of these district booths, and they will be leading us through this process.